Candela, hypnotherapist, transformation coach, and a spiritual teacher. You're about to listen to a recording of one of my regression sessions. If you enjoyed the content on my channel, please consider subscribing. And if you click on the bell, it will inform you of any of my future postings. Also, leave a comment and click like, because that helps to bring this kind of content to more viewers. I hope you enjoy the recording, and I hope to see you again in my future videos. And I want you to tell me the very first thing that you see as you reach the surface.
It's daytime. It's really, really bright. It's hot.
What do you notice around you?
There's sand everywhere. Dunes. I have a camel and I have something on my head. Is it a turban? I have a camel. Oh, it smells so bad.
So look down at your feet and tell me what you're wearing on your feet.
Oh, these are man's feet.
What are you wearing on your feet?
It's got a very thick something. You can see my toes. Is it a sandal? I don't know what to call this thing.
Become aware of your body and tell me what you're wearing on your body.
Thing on my head keeps my head cool. I have a flowy thing, but also makes no sand gets in. I love my camel.
Are you riding it or are you next to it?
We're next to we're taking a break. I don't know where we're going. There's nothing out here.
Are there other people with you?
No, I'm alone.
So when you say we, it's you and the camel?
Hmm.
Are you young or old?
I think I'm old.
About what age?
45?
And are you healthy?
I'm tired.
Have you been traveling long?
Yeah.
Just become aware where you're traveling or why you're on the road.
I left my home and they think I'm coming back. I'm so tired.
What is the purpose of your journey?
I think I've forgotten. Don't know where I'm going. I'm scared.
What are you scared of?
I don't know where I'm going.
Now look at the camel and see if it's carrying anything.
There's something in a bag.
See what it is.
I'm worried I don't have enough water for the camel. And I want to go back.
Now, as I count to 3, you will see yourself standing in front of a place where you live. 1, 2, and 3. Tell me what you see.
I'm in front of a door, like color walls. It's a house. Grainy wall, lots of texture. I hear people in the roof. Doors wooden.
How big is the house?
Big. It's sturdy. It's very thin lines. I don't think I can go in.
Why is that?
I think I'm already gone.
Well, it's all right. For the moment, you're going to see yourself right there. And I'd like you to open the door and tell me what you see inside.
There's some middle thing. Open space. The middle has a garden. It's fragrant. Food with flowers. It's beautiful.
So walk through the rooms and just tell me what you see there.
It's 3 rooms, 2 empty beds in one. The other ones have a bed each. Shoes from the floor. There's kids here. They're my kids. I don't know where they are. I left. I left with my camera.
And it's okay. You can be in two places at the same time right now. Who lives in this house with you?
My kids, their mom, her mom, my sister,
How many kids do you have?
4.
How old are they?
Got 2 boys, 2 girls. I can't remember their ages. Can't remember their faces.
And you'll become aware of the people coming back into that space so you can see them. Tell me what they look like. How are they dressed?
We all have dark hair.
How are the women dressed?
Chloe, things that don't let in the sand. The kids get to have more air. They wear things without sleeves. 2 of them are young. One of them is taking classes. She's going to school.
So they go to school outside of home.
Yeah. Searching for the last one. She's gone.
Gone in what way?
Died.
What happened to her?
She drowned.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I left because I was so much grief.
Tell me about your wife.
She had thick, thick curly hair.
How long have you been together?
17 years?
How is your relationship?
It's really hard. After I worked hard.
How long ago was that?
Can't remember. We used to be happy though. The house used to filled with laughter.
Become aware of how it happened that your daughter drowned. You're just going to look at it as though it's a movie on a screen and report what you see.
Keep hearing a whip. No, I don't have access.
Okay. Tell me what you do to support the family. What do you do during the day?
Grains. There's a market and I work for somebody. I keep his books. He exports grains. He sells grains at the market.
Where does he export the grain to?
I know we're in Egypt, but I'm not seeing where he exports to.
How is it transported?
He has people who go on really long traveling.
Do you ever go on these trips?
Yeah, I want to be able to be near my family.
And how long do you work for this person?
Since I was a teenage boy.
I'd like you now to move to the time when you decide to go on this journey, to leave the house, to leave your home. As you approach that time, tell me what's happening in your life.
Her sister moved in with us after our daughter died.
Why did she move in?
To help. We were grieving so hard. My wife was grieving very hard. I left so I could go die in the desert.
because of your grief.
It died out there. Yeah, my camera.
So as you leave your body, you will feel immediate relief, sense of safety and well-being as you look back at the life you just left behind. What's the first thing that crosses your mind?
Ungrateful. I didn't see anything in my life with gratefulness in my eyes. I was given everything. Children, wife, family, easy work. I was ungrateful.
Now, I'd like you to become aware from a soul perspective what the purpose for that life experience was.
I wanted to grow. Instead, I stayed stagnant.
In that life, you experienced a lot of things that you could be grateful for, but there was also some tragedy and loss. Was that planned to allow you to experience spiritual growth?
I thought
Float.
I wanted to experience death in that way. Now I wanted to experience death in this way also. The walking away in the midst of a beautiful life. There was something that we had come in this life to do, to experience these things. We didn't understand them from the time before.
Now, from your soul perspective, did you gain the experience that you wanted?
Yes, we always do.
So, do you consider that a successful life experience?
They all are.
Okay. Notice now if there's anyone there meeting you to provide you with some guidance, or are you still by yourself?
I'm whole. I'm not alone.
So, you're with all that is.
Yes.
Beautiful. And is there any communication that you're receiving from all that is about that life?
She needed the space to experience that death. And I wanted to experience a life like that. So we collaborated. It's hard to be understood. I'm not alone. I am whole. And you are here with me. And yet growing. That life, that was my choice.
Good. Now just allow all of those imagine once again you can that you return. Just allow yourself as it carries you once again to different times and different places to stop and examine another time. You begin to the surface. And once again, I want you to tell me the first thing that you see.
There are cars. It's just traffic. I'm in a city, but I'm walking. It's not New York, it's abroad. There's a mountain in the background. I'm a guy. I have a suit on, black shiny shoes on. I think I'm in my 20s, 27.
Are you healthy?
Yeah,
Where are you heading?
I have a meeting to get to. Bringing food to the meeting. I think I'm bringing food to the meeting. I don't think I'm part of the meeting. I'm very spacey.
Become aware of what you carry in your arms.
There's bread somewhere in here. There's rice. Another box has something fragrant. I don't think I want to make the meeting. Oh, I didn't make the meeting.
What happened?
It was a car. I died. Car hit me. Food went everywhere. People were so confused. I was too distracted, always.
You were distracted by what?
Everything in my life. Everything felt like I needed to do it now, now, now.
Now we're going to rewind to the time when you were still alive, and you're going to see yourself standing in front of a place where you lived. And tell me what that looks like.
Still live with my family. It's a Lion King. It's a garden up in front. Oh, my mother loves the garden. It's small. It's a small place. It's not in the middle of town. I still don't know where I am.
As you see yourself on the streets, if you notice a sign, like a road sign, notice what language it's written in.
The roads don't have pavement. It's all mud. There are no street signs.
Do you see any transportation on the road?
Not this far out of town.
Okay. So go ahead and enter the house and tell me what you see inside.
You have a dog. I don't recognize him. I have a younger sister. My dad isn't doing too well.
Is he ill?
Yeah. No, he fell. And God's brought him so much sadness. Made him so sad.
Why is that?
I don't have access to that. My mom is amazing.
What is amazing?
Irish. My mom. He's got rosy cheeks. They look like they're about to burst with like smiles.
So what happened to your dad?
He fell. It left him with a limp, and he's sad.
Can he still get around and do what he needs to do?
Yeah,
And what do you do during the day?
I got him that job to deliver it. He's gonna work also in that office. Just finished school. I was a lawyer. Oh, I died. My mom was so proud. So was my sister.
You were working as a delivery person, or you were already working as a lawyer and you were just bringing something in?
I had finished school as a lawyer, and this was my first job. I wasn't an assistant, but I was bringing food to that meeting. I wasn't a courier. I was supposed to bring food to that meeting.
Was there anything else significant for you to notice?
No, it was a sweet life.
Now, as you shift your focus to your spirit as it leaves your body at that scene of the accident, you begin to see things more clearly. What did that car look like that hit you?
Big black lights and thin wheels.
What happened to you when the car hit you?
It hit me on my right side. It wasn't a high-speed collision. My leg got caught underneath me, and then my spine, my neck broke when I fell. I didn't fly over anything.
Okay. As you look back at that life floating above, what's the first thing that crosses your mind?
Connection.
What does that mean to you?
Had a wonderful mother. That woman, her spirit, not the only time.
You were together in other lives.
Yeah. My sister was the same as my daughter.
As your daughter, when
The life before.
mm, the soul was the same.
Yeah, I guess. You look the same. I recognize them.
So as your consciousness expands, you begin to look at that life experience now from your soul perspective. Why did you choose to have that kind of exit?
Focus. I was on focus. I also got to have her as my mother. She wanted me there for that lifetime. I was on focus, but that wasn't it. It was the connection. I knew my mother from before. I knew my sister from before. My father was new. But it was connections. That's a short, sweet life.
Why did you choose to leave it so early?
We were giving support to my father's soul. It wanted to learn other things that I don't have access to. And I wanted to live with my sister and my mother. And it was a beautiful life, although it was short.
So I want you to become aware if, from a soul perspective, you consider that a successful life experience.
They all are. I am whole.
Right. That death might have left some residual trauma.
For this now,
Yes.
necessary.
Was this life the last one before the current?
Oh shit. Yeah. In this lifetime, I still don't know how to ride a bicycle. I see now. It's because I put a block in me from the first space that we visited here. Second life, also about blocking my beautiful life. That's why I woke up in this body with just so much appetite for everything.
Now just allow all of those images to fade away. I would like to speak to the higher consciousness of Dana. May I speak to you and ask you some questions?
Yes.
Thank you. So I know that you could have brought forth many different lifetimes for Dana to review today, but you chose the one in Egypt and the life of a young man who was hit by a car. Can you tell me why you picked those two lives to bring to her attention?
To show that no life is wasted.
Why is this particular message important to Dana today?
Our interconnectedness within ourselves. Not one part of the process is ever wasted.
Has that been Dana's concern?
She's worried she's an unnecessary part of the process.
I see. So does this help shift her perspective?
We hope it helps her.
It's interesting that in both lives, she had an abrupt ending that can be traumatic. In Egypt, even though she consciously chose to die, there seemed to be fear within her as she was approaching that end, and also a lot of grief, of course, that she took with her. As a young man, the last thing that he experienced was a lot of trauma to his body. Broken spine, his leg caught underneath his body, broken neck. It seems like those two lives are kind of reverberating through this life, because in this life, she has a lot of pain in her right leg, and the pain travels through her back, through her legs, up to her shoulders. So it almost seems like she's carrying that pain with her. There are also a lot of emotional issues that she's dealing with, and grief is probably one of them. So I want you to connect the dots for us and tell us what it is that it is time for her to release so we can help her move forward.
There was a need for this body to understand that it is breakable through the life of the boy, knowing that he didn't have any traumas before that. It was a happy life. So she's only carrying the physical pain so that she can see that she is breakable and thus requires rest. In the other life, we need her to see how important she is as a part in all of this.
So let's take this one part at a time. Let's start with the physical. So the lesson is that she has to allow herself rest because the physical body is breakable. Is she hearing that message now? Is she getting it?
We hope so.
Okay. So I wonder if you can help me now begin to heal and release that physical memory that is coming up to the surface for her. I'd like you to scan her body now. And if there is anything that physically needs to be adjusted, please go ahead and adjust it. And if it's not a physical issue, then we'll deal with it separately.
It's a physical issue. There's still lessons to learn around it.
What are the lessons?
No, I don't have access.
I request that you give me access to the information that can help her move forward. I wonder if you can share with me what she needs to know.
There are several different women snarling at the information. I can't tell if they're protecting me or protecting the answer.
Ask them who they are.
They say they only have one name. Hecate.
Does that name
They're
mean something?
protecting the answer. They're not protecting me.
Okay. And why does the answer need to be protected?
There's more she needs to learn. But the boy, that was a big part. She walked around for so long with this pain. She's been able to use her voice for so many others. She'll have to learn to use her voice for herself. We've tried many avenues, and she is very strong. The holding back physically will soon pass. It's the importance of taking the space.
Help us understand the ultimate lesson that she is moving towards.
It's about her voice. It's about her using her voice for herself, no one else.
And that probably is tied to the second part that she was learning, which is understanding that she is an important piece of everything. Because when you understand that you are important, then you can speak up for yourself.
Yes.
Is that partly why she came into this life, to kind of put these lessons together?
She's gonna teach people how to understand that they are important in the process and how to look at the person next to them and understand that they are important in the process. Our interconnectedness, our connections. She knows all this. She's in pain. She needs to rest. She won't listen.
Resting the body?
Yes,
Why do you think she's not listening?
because she didn't think she was an important part. If you're not important, then how are you deserving of rest?
I see. Can you create within her a physical sensation of what it would feel like in her body when it received the rest that it needed?
Yes.
What does it feel like to her?
Fresh laundry, evening breeze, sturdiness. She'll get her trust back on her body.
Is there anything specific that she needs to do other than just rest?
She's still moving around. We need her to rest. A relaxed body, unbound mind, a joyful demeanor, a gratefulness for what's around her.
That sounds like a meditative state.
Yeah, that's when we're able to recharge her.
So spending more time in meditation would be helpful.
Yes.
Now, can you give me an example of what using her voice for herself would be like?
True pride. Her finally knowing that she is an important part of the process. Speaking from there.
And once she is able to speak from that place of understanding of her importance, and if she gives herself rest, at that point, will it be time for the pain to leave her body?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Is there anything that needs to be cleared from her soul memory about the death of the young man?
It's been done.
Okay, thank you. So she knows that she has support and she has gifts to walk her path. And she wants to know if there are any additional gifts that she developed in the past that can be brought to her awareness in this life.
She knows of 3, she'll find 3 more.
Is that as much as you will tell me?
She knows of 3, she'll find 3 more.
Okay. Thank you. If you have any message that you want to give directly to Dana, please go ahead right now.
I love you, my sweet child.
Thank you. Now I'm asking the higher consciousness to recede to where they belong with much love and thanks for the help and information that it has given us today.